Alright, everybody. So, this is actually going to be a wicked long video. I'm not even going to pretend it's not. And not wicked long, like an hour, but we're going to talk about a lot of stuff. So, basically, Asmongold made that video about Lost Ark. ATK responded to it. We also got the roadmap. I figure while I'm doing my dailies here, I'll talk about all of it. So, they talked about a lot. And with the roadmap coming out, I even put a pretty nasty comment out today. Okay, so that was not correct. Okay. But yeah, basically, I think that the game is extremely predatory. I'm just gonna say it right off the bat. I think Lost Ark is pretty predatory, and they make a lot of. They talk a lot about subjects like player count and how they're trying to preserve players and how making content easier versus harder. And I just want to start the right off the beginning that I think a lot of what they talked about has absolutely fucking nothing to do with why the game is shit and why it's dying. And I have quite simple fixes, actually. That's the craziest thing for their game. So you'll notice a trend, and I'm happy that Asmongold reacting to ATK's video pointed out a lot of empirical data concepts, which can't be denied, right? And I loved at the end of the video how he said, if you're trying to win your players over and keep them, clearly you're failing, and he just showed the player count, right, and how it's decreased over time. But it's really simple. You need to give us more time between content. And this is, I'm just going to flash forward to it real quick, or let's go ahead and just pull it up really fast. They gave us this roadmap, and I was happy about absolutely every single part of this. It was beautiful. Even the Ebony Cube thing coming sooner than later. The Slayer thing's a good change too to keep players. But this is where I kind of fell off, is when I saw August as the date for their Archon release. So me and my friends were planning for October, which would have been a 6-month time period, which is still really short compared to the year that every other region got. But no. And this isn't even going to be a video to debate whether or not it's possible anymore. I'm tired of doing that with a lot of you because there's too many people who are WT, Real World Trade. There's too many people who are Omega Whale, right, in the Western version of the game. And there's too many people who are playing, 7,000, 8,000 hours, playing multiple accounts, or have Chaos Dungeon bots. Like, I know too many people in the community that do too many shady things, right? And then I know too many people who also do just over-the-top things. Like, playing 8,000 hours is a lot. Playing every day, playing 20 characters a day, doing all your Chaos Dungeons. Like, it will get you more results than another player that's not doing that. One, it's legitimate. Two, but three, you have no fucking soul or life. Like, you're drained, right? And I'm burnt out. So the reason why, and that's actually what my comment was, and maybe I'll show the comment that I put up. Because I don't ever do this. I'm not a bitcher. Like, I'm not a complainer, but I definitely did put a comment up because it's predatory, and that's what you're showing us, is that you're just stuffing fucking content down our throat again and again and again. And I think that it's because their game is failing and they see it potentially failing permanently. And because they're permanently thinking of it failing in the future, what they're trying to do is scrape as much money out of the Western audience as they possibly can before it dumps. And maybe I'm wrong, so prove I'm wrong. And I hope to God the developers get a hold of my video. I don't care how narcissistic that sounds, because like the truth is, you guys need some development direction, and that's clearly what you're lacking, is just a genuine understanding of what the problem is. And it's very simple. All of your problems, the Theon crap that they talked about, everything that they talked about can easily be fixed with one simple solution. And there's a bunch of other little things that can be done too, but one simple solution, that is give us more time in between the content. That's it. It's not complicated. You think that keeping players is going to be rushing us in the content. What I talked about in my video, which was too long before, so people will never get it, but the point that I was trying to make was that people could calm down, relax a little bit, and take a breather, because and utilize their rest bonus, because if we had a year between now and a con, or until at least October or December, that there would be such an overhead of resources, right? So this is what I'm trying to get at, is that you're releasing the content so fast that we have to basically, if we had to do, let's say, if we have in 4 months, we're going to do some rough math on the screen because we're doing this together so you guys can understand like where this is coming from. Calculator. So 4 months, we're going to say about 4.5 weeks a month, right, times 4. It's 18 weeks, right? So 18 weeks, you have, let's say you're getting, I don't know the fucking farm rates off the top of my head. I'd have to go pull them all up, but like times 7, right? Because it's 7 days a week, 126 times. I think you get like 9,000 honor shards or something like that per thing. So let's just say about 9,000. Okay, so you get 1.1 mil, like, right? I'm like 2 mil short for some of my characters to get to a con hard ready, and maybe that's like, we're not supposed to be there, right? But then why are you releasing the fucking content? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. So the point I'm trying to make right now is in 4 months, they've only given me 4 months to farm. I can only make 1.1 million honor shards in that time, right? What I'm trying to overall get at here is you need to not make it easier of a grind. You need to expand the time between content. You need to put a con out further, either 6 months or 8 months. And the reason is because you need to give people. It's not about how fast we can get there or what the minimum fucking requirement is to get there. You need to give the mass population time to get there. And the mass population were your money, the spenders. They were the people that have quit already. This is the reason why you guys are suffering. It's because you didn't cater to the population you should have. You catered to the elitists of the game who would have played the game either way because they're fucking elitist, right? So you're just dumb. You're just showing how little you understand your community. And this isn't just your problem in your video game. This is a problem in all video games, actually, nowadays. Especially MMOs. The framework of your game is shit. Let me help you fix it. Please hire me. Like, I'm not even kidding. Give me a better job. Okay, but like long story short, essentially all you have to do is you have to extend the periods between them, not decrease the honing rates or anything like that. Just extend the time periods between them. Because then if you give me an overhead of like 10 million, right? You should be giving us more time than needed is basically what I'm saying. So if I need exactly 4 months of grinding diligently every single chaos dungeon to get the items required to reach a con hard mode, then you need to give me 6 months. You need to give us 7 or 8 months. You need to give us more time than what is needed so that 60% that we get from the rest bonus can actually be applied and capitalized on. It almost looks like you designed a lot of these systems and actually didn't integrate them together. Like they don't actually match up or work well together. And they could, but they don't because you like forgot your original plan or framework. Did you forget how your game is designed? I'm completely confused by some of this shit. So at ATK and to Asmongold, you guys are right about a lot of what you're saying, but a lot of what you're saying is completely fucking irrelevant. Their problem stems in the foundation and the framework of their game itself. The whole one Chaos Dungeon, one Guardian thing a day, I mean, that could be cool too, not gonna lie, because we're trying to cut down the time that we're playing the game, right? But I actually don't think that needs to be done. I think leaving 2 a day and just making the rest bonus more applicable would be more important. Making it so that these pieces of content are far enough out that and this solves other problems too. So another problem that they talked about was gatekeeping and people not having the jewelry or the gear, or people who play more having more than them. And this would also solve that problem, because if we are the biggest thing I lectured in that video was that people were stupid for spending money and getting jewelry and stuff during Argos and during those early phases, because they ended up having to upgrade their jewelry like 3 more times. It was just dumb. It was really dumb. You were going to have to get another stone, get more engravings, rebuild your thing again. Like, why would you do that? But what I had said in that video was the glorious part about a con, hard brawl, and where we're at in the game is that it's supposed to be a longer phase of the game, which allows people more time to practice and catch up. So with this one solution that I'm offering you fixes many problems, and it's a problem you've had since the beginning of the game. You're just too fucking dumb to see it, apparently. The reality of it is that it would create a more positive community where if they didn't feel like they had to get these things done repetitively because they're on a wire, right? They don't have enough of a leeway. They don't have enough wiggle room to breathe, right? So they feel like on a wire, so they're gatekeeping more. All of these problems stem from the exact same concept, and it's that you are a predatory fucking company and you're putting as much pressure on the players to keep up or push forward as you possibly fucking can. And you're being punished for it. I'm ready to quit. That's why I'm making this video. Look, I'm ready to quit. I'm not even fucking kidding. Like, this is actually a line for me. You guys are pushing it. You're fucking pushing it. And I get the arguments, playing one character versus 6 or playing multiple characters. No. Those are all terrible fucking arguments. If I want to pay money to play more characters, because I have to pay for character slots, right? You shouldn't be punishing me for playing more characters. No, you need to extend the time. It would give me more time to focus on other characters, to play with things that I want to play with. So for somebody like me who is dumping a ridiculous amount of hour and money into the game, I can enjoy more of the things that I want to enjoy, which is different characters, variety, right? You are stealing away from us, each of us, all of us, even the free players, all the way up to the RM tiers, all across the spectrum. You are stealing the little things for each of us that we enjoy about the game. All of it. By just continuously jamming this fucking content down our throat. You need to stop. You need to stop. I promise you're going to lose. This is going to be the biggest quit you guys ever had. Releasing this roadmap is going to be the largest quit pool I think you ever had. Straight up. I do. I think you're going to get real players quitting this time too. Not just people who are kind of on the fence or people who are in the early adaptations. No, you're going to get people who I think are actually like good, like fans of your game who are going to quit. because you just buried us. You just buried us. You buried us. I've done the math so many fucking times, even with your stupid little honing nerf, right? So you gave us a honing nerf to spit in our face by giving us 4 months for a con. You were the dirtiest, most predatory company I've ever fucking experienced. And I played a lot of video games. But yeah, let's stop lecturing that. So anyways, just extend it. It'll fix this problem. It really won't be that big of a deal. Let's get back into the game. Let's keep doing what I was doing. But so the reason I'm saying this too, and I'm adding it into one kind of overall video, is because I was going to make a discussion essentially about the economy, and I was supposed to be releasing videos about funnel method and all this other shit, and it even fucks with the video I just put up about my plan for the future, because they're now making it almost impossible. So we need to discuss this, and actually I don't even think I can do it like this. I have to pull up this. Okay, so let's talk about this. Before I said that I wanted to level up a certain level of characters, right? I wanted to get everybody on my entire roster up to, I believe it was 1490, right? So I could get the brow sets and maybe farming that next form of materials. Well, I now take that back. I can't get 20 characters to it. That's just not going to happen. I have 4 months to get these 6 main characters to a con, or 3 characters, or at least 1 character. So that's part of this discussion, is I think... So I don't quit the game for the first time ever. I'm genuinely, I think, just going to focus on 1 character. I'm not even kidding. Like, I actually think I'm going to play these 6 very diligently and just put all of my energy into 1 character, whoever I end up picking, probably a support. But because I'm kind of done with this shit. I'm done. They're making it clear that they don't want us to have all of these characters at that point, that is an elite status. They're making it clear that even if you put in all the hard work in the world, because I mean, I put fucking grinds in, I just sold all my gems, that you're still going to fall short. Like, there's no fucking chance in 4 months. I might not even get one of these characters in 4 months to a con. That's terrifying, right? No, so you either focus on less characters or start enjoying the other aspects of the game. That point that I made before, how we're going to still be doing hard brawl and a con for a long time, it's still relevant. We're still going to be in that phase of the game playing together, so... hopefully gatekeeping gets better. But again, if they keep pushing content down our throats, it's not. Gatekeeping's going to get worse. They need to give us more time in between phases of the content, and need to make sure, again, that the overhead of resources is so fucking large that if we choose to skip 4 weeks in a row, that it's not going to penalize us in the grand scheme of it. And that if someone does do all of their content 4 weeks in a row, that they get such a reward that it's worth it, that the jewelry's better, or that you know, see where I'm going with this? So, like, there needs to be a balance there. They need to extend the time between content. But yeah, so my new goal is going to be just 6 characters to 1490, and I already kind of have 2 of them or 3 of them, so maybe I'll get better than that. But I'm not going to push the whole. That's insanity. Like, they just literally just strangleholded the shit out of my plans in my account, so I don't know what to do. And I'm going to have another video coming out soon talking about everything, about funnel method, like I had said, about these different concepts and why they're important. About the economy and how an inflated economy is good versus a deflated economy or something to that effect. But yeah, for right now, that's it. This has been 12 minutes. I'm going to go for about 2 more minutes just to make it a 15-minute video. But I said it was going to be long, but actually I'm just going to break this up into 3 sections. I'm not going to throw a 1 hour video at you guys, especially because I'm really not prepared. This is more of a rant that came out of nowhere because I just watched the videos. And then I looked at the fucking roadmap, and I wanted to show kind of what I said, just... It's predatory. There's no way ifs or ands about this. It's fucking... I mean... Yeah, I said I'm going to say it like it is. I have 3,700 hours clocked. I've been grinding diligently. Have been burnt out for months. And that's another factor, too, is, like, by them doing this, they're showing that they're not respecting that people needed a break. They're not respecting that your fucking player base is burnt. That they need, like, a breather. They need a little bit of space, and that's what a con was supposed to be for us. And you just took it away from us. So if that doesn't get fucking fixed, I promise you I'm quitting. Like, I really do promise you. Like, I can't do this shit anymore. Like, you guys just keep jamming this shit down our fucking throat. Every time we get to 1 month... We just got the hard, bro. We just got the hard, bro. A lot of people just hit their 1560 to get to that point, right? To be able to do the whole content. And you're already throwing 4-month period in for a What is wrong with you people? Like, genuinely, what is wrong with you people? Do you just not have brain cells at all? Are you just dumb? Are you genuinely just fucking stupid? Like, I don't understand. But yeah, I'm super pissed. Have been burnt out for months. Finally, me and my friends saw the 6 months to a year we would have until a con as a much-needed gray/break period. Instead, unlike the other regions, you guys screw us again. 4 months between hard brawl and a con. Are you people on drugs? Like, seriously. This is how you want to reframe the game to better suit your players by applying more pressure and FOMO? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. It's funny because it's literally everything I said. Not gonna lie, for the first time legitimately, I might actually quit this game. $2,000 later, you have done nothing as a game developer and publisher but show how predatory you can be, and this is the nail in the coffin. I'm done with this shit. You guys are a joke. Trying to reevaluate our plans moving forward. Really, what you're saying is reevaluate how to destroy our game and milk as much money out of the remaining population that we can. You got to be the dirtiest, nastiest, most predatory company in game I have ever played, and I mean it. I mean it. Like, I don't fucking care. I don't care how dirty it's, mean it sounds. I don't care how brutal it is. It's the truth. Like, you guys are you're pushing the bill way too hard at this point. Way too hard. People are playing 30, 20, 30, 40 hours, 50 hours, 80 hours a week on your fucking game. It is more than an actual job. Like, anybody who actually wants to accomplish anything real in life should quit your fucking game and just go pick up a second job. Genuinely. And just pay to have the progression in game and pay some fucking kid in some third world country to do the work for me on the game. Like, that's what you're basically encouraging. I'm over this shit. And that was the biggest argument too. Like, he kept talking about busing and how people make their living on the game. First off, Asmongold nailed it right. In America, we're not making our money off of the game. We're playing the game to enjoy it. That's so not our problem. First off, he's right. It shouldn't be designed around what you guys experience in your ecological structure and your economy and your real world timing, because first off, it's a video game. It shouldn't have anything to do with the real world. But second off, he's fucking right. We're a completely different culture. It doesn't apply to us. We value our time, apparently. And second or third to that, like the busing thing again, why it's not a good argument is because people who you're letting into content who didn't earn that content feel accomplished. And those people who can't complete that content shouldn't be feeling that they should be forced to do that content either. So they're not only feeling forced to do it so that they have to pay for a bus. Like, they can't even practice. They don't have that time frame, again, that we talked about, to learn it, so much so that they have to go out of their way to pay for a bus to get it. Like, the fact that that concept exists is a problem with the game in the first place. Like, it shouldn't be like that. It should be higher levels helping lower levels, but it's not. It's not. It's not. It's some sort of monetary self-worth. Like, you need to gain something from it or you can't help people. Like, no. No. I don't like that. I think the busing mentality is actually the worst. That's why we stopped doing it back at Vaulton. It's because it's like the grossest thing. Like, I would have done Argos buses recently because people need the stuff, and that's fine. But like anything Vaulton and higher, no, they need to be able to do the content, even if that means that they're practicing for 4 or 5 months on Vaulton until they get it down and understand it. They need to be able to do the content. Otherwise, you're promoting and pushing forward people who haven't completed any of the content, and then this is part of the problem, is that we're getting stuck with these people in lobbies. You know, it's... Hey, but yeah, so essentially that's what it is. I'm just gonna end the video. This is I'm gonna have to push differently. I can't focus the way I thought I was gonna focus. I'm gonna be short on almost all of the characters based on the map that I've looked at. So yeah, I mean, they fucked us, and they fucked us really, really, really hard. And I'm in a better position than a lot of players. Like, I have a lot of players that are not new to the game or came back to the game or just don't play as much. Like, they're buried. They're buried. They're either spending money or they're not catching up. That's the craziest thing. You just released a catch-up mechanic with the 1445 thing and the Argos and the Vault and Gold nerf. Like, they don't even get what they're doing. You gave us a benefit in one direction, and then the negative that you took away from us was back in the opposite direction. So much so that it didn't matter that you gave us that small benefit. Like, you truly showed how stupid you are as people. And I mean that. I hope that you hear this, because I want you to analyze it the same way I just did, and then to look in the mirror and not admit to yourself that you're the dumbest fucking people that I've ever imagined. Genuinely. Everything you're doing is contradictory, which leads me back to my point in the comment, which is you're intentionally trying to destroy this game and milk as much finances as you can out of people before you do. So this is a pilot game at this point that you're going to crash course into the fucking burning zone that is eventually just going to disappear, that you're not putting any money towards anymore. But you want to make sure you pull at least a little bit of gold out of it first. A little bit of money, a little bit of nuggets out of it before you crash the fucking plane and burn it. And that's what I think you're doing. That's exactly what I think you're doing at this point. Yeah. Because the way you made the systems easier, it lines up perfect. It lines up perfect. These people come into the game new. They want to pay for the buses. They're going to have to buy the gold. Yeah, no, you're a fucking predatory company. You're a predatory company, and that's why I hope my video picks up traction, because I want the world to realize that you are a predatory fucking company. Like, either we should boycott it, protest it, or quit the fucking game. Because this needs to change. You are a predatory company, and you are disguising your aid, help, benefits, and the things that you're offering to us to fix these problems, your solutions. You're disguising them as aid and help, but you're not. I see through your bullshit. You're a predatory fucking company. Predatory fucking company. You like it. You are actively trying to take advantage of the populace, and that's what I think. Yeah, so that's it. I hope you guys like my video. I hope it involved your mentalities. Stay tuned. I got another video coming out on funnel method. Like, I'm not actually quitting. Like, I'm going to keep playing, and I'm going to see what I can get done, obviously. But if I get to a con and I feel uncomfortable at that point still, I might quit. I might actually fucking quit, because this is... Again, it's not FOMO. You don't have to be at a con when a con is there. Like, everything I'm saying is what I talked about in the other video. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, it's not. You could be 3, 4, 5 months late to a con. But if they're doing this, they're going to release whatever the next content is within 4 months too. And at this point, no, we're playing catch-up still. And I'm tired of it. I am tired of feeling like the gas pedal is constantly fucking on. And I know I'm not alone. I know I'm not alone. So find an argument with that, ATK, because you can't. You can't. What they're doing is they're applying the gas constantly, and they haven't fucking let up since we got the goddamn game. There's people who spent $20,000, $30,000 in the first couple months of the game to get to Argos that regretted it instantly. And don't even play the game anymore. They're a predatory fucking company. And it seems like, from what you said in your videos with the rice eater thing, like, you're a predatory people. Like, that's a predatory mindset. But yeah, that's it. My wife's home, so I'm going to stop lecturing. But yeah, catch you guys in the next one.